all right, it's 3:30 in the morning or whatever, but before I go to bed and try to get some rest so that I can grip up with the Delhi Club tomorrow and not be brutalized, which is going to happen anyway. I'm really sore. I have to talk about Todd Hutchings and Kitagali Ongarbayev. Um, Todd Hutchings became the 105 kilo world champion tonight, and very interestingly, just a side thought, how many of the North American guys have risen to the top of these weight categories. Todd's performance was truly outstanding. I admit that I was someone who believed Kitagali Ongarbayev would have the tools to win. I believe that because of previous matches where Prudnik in particular had taken advantage of an ability to control Todd and pin Todd decisively. I always thought Kitagali, being the technician that he was, and also being someone that has been right there balanced with previous matches with Prudnik in the past, would have a similar ability. But Todd really scared Kitagali away from any inside game. He scared him away from any initiation with wrist flexion. And he forced Kitagali to only go to rise and pronation. And I think it was that factor that really impressed me most, because that factor made it possible then for Todd to do what Todd does best, which is get on a top roller's bicep and just grit his teeth and not let up. Kitagali Ongarbayev, you could see the frustration in him as he kept on feeling like he was making errors, but those errors, I actually don't think they were errors. I thought Kitagali Ongarbayev arm wrestled technically outstandingly. He just wasn't strong enough, and Todd, having forced that lane, was the better man. Where, like I said, as a fan of a Todd Hutchings perspective, I was worried for Todd of Kitagali coming forward. I was worried of outside straps that Kitagali would control his hand and wrist and get a pin. But the back pressure, the rising pressure, the pronation pressure, the top roll pressure of Todd Hutchings is truly what saved any risk from developing into a genuine threat. Todd Hutchings' top roll was outstanding tonight, and I actually give that the MVP moment for him. Without his top roll, if he had just been burying looking for hooks, I think it would have been a very, very different match and a much more difficult one for Todd. So, super impressive. The third round was amazing. Kitagali Ongarbayev did really fight back. He found methods, as Todd described. Todd ran out of pad. He was on the back of the pad. He couldn't get a pin, and he tried to move his elbow forward to try to then get another ability to surge. But as he moved his elbows forward, Ongarbayev's side pressure itself was truly tremendous and did make really big inroads into Todd's game, and then Todd had to work it all back over again. But ultimately, there's very few people in this world that can out-endure Todd Hutchings in side pressure, can out-endure him in any degree of grit your teeth and hold on sort of factor. And Ongarbayev gave it a red hot crack, but couldn't do it. So a new world champion, 57 years old, Todd Hutchings at 105 kilos in a pretty damn resounding victory is pretty awesome. And I think from the way he spoke at the end, he was saying he'll give Ongarbayev a rematch if he wants it. But we also then heard from Sasha Andreev, who is the 95 kilo world champion, that he wants Todd Hutchings. And Todd was only actually 100 kilos, so he could very easily get down to that 95 kilos and take that title too. Those guys, of course, have pulled before in Moldova. I was there, a meter away from the table filming it, in fact, and Todd Hutchings won that day. But Sasha is just like Todd, can hold and hook and go with side pressure forever. Super interesting match. I hope that one does happen, but I had to just make this video because that was the match that I actually enjoyed the most tonight when it came to the actual arm wrestling. I thought it was fantastic. Todd's performance was awesome. His celebrations were really cool to see. The energy, the vibe, all that sort of stuff was amazing. And Ongarbayev, well done. Unlucky. You're still a beast. You're still a wizard, and we still all love you. So anyway, I had to make this video because it was a damn cool experience to watch it and a badass performance from Mr. Hutchings.